Are we ready?
I guess. Yeah, I'm ready. Are you boys ready? For college?
We're going to college.
We're going to college. Next 100 episodes, boys. We're graduating from Anytown, and we're going to Anytown U.
I don't have enough credits.
Yeah, well, you'll have to go to Anytown Community College. Welcome to the PJC cast, everybody, where we do Would You Rathers and other fun things. My name is Dane.
My name's Brian.
I'm Jimmy.
And we're about to take multiple two things, and choose between the two of them in a Would You Rather type scenario.
It's a comedy podcast.
Yeah, that's right. We make jokes here. If you have any of these Would You Rathers for us, please send them to the PJCcast@gmail.com or tweet them using hashtag the PJCcast. Even if you have half of them, just send them on over. We'll cobble them together.
We'll figure it out.
But guys,
it'll be fine.
It's a new era. We're here. We made it.
We got our backpacks on.
Dad's coming to pick us up in a minute.
He
College.
co-signed on our apartment.
That's right. And we're going to college now.
What are
Next 100 episodes. 100 episodes.
PJC
College.
Cast 101.
That's right. Luckily, he brought the trailer so we can stay in the tub.
PJC Cast, the college years. We should have canceled the show, but we're going to keep it going anyway.
Just per usual.
Just imagining the tub is like made out of marble columns now.
What?
Oh,
right.
yeah.
For academia.
Dignified.
Yeah, that classical architecture. Yeah.
Well, when Dad shows up with the marble columned tub.
Collective dad.
Yeah. You know, when Dad.
You know, dad.
Dad. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad. Oh, look, it's Dad.
What are you taking?
We are not, us three are not related, but we all have the same dad. Were we all adopted? No.
Which one is biological? You decide.
None.
Oh.
Anyway.
What are you taking in school?
Oh, underwater basket weaving.
Oh, there you go.
You're welcome. Brian, what are you taking? What's your first class?
I don't know how I'm going to follow up that really fresh and topical material. I don't know. My major is, I don't know.
Farting?
What? Yeah. That.
Okay, good.
Okay, great. Jimmy, what's your major?
Deli school.
What's that?
Where I learned to be a butcher. That's my joke.
It's a callback.
I did it.
I thought you'd go into banking because you like to rob banks.
No, then I'll be the prime suspect. I can't work at the bank.
If he was a banker, he'd be on the other side of the equation, and he'd hate it because he'd always
I'd have to protect
robbed.
it, or
he'd be wishing he was robbing the bank he worked at.
I'd just be like doing like high crime. Like
it's the highest crime.
I
dankest, stickiest.
Oh, you mean being a banker?
Oh,
right, folks. Right, folks.
Too big to fail.
Hot
Too
take
big
on
to fail.
banking.
Too big
Hot
to
take
fail.
on banking. Banksters.
Hot
take.
Semblance.
Sibilance.
Thank you. No, mine. I'm a music major, so I use symbols. Anyway, you guys want to do some of those good old-fashioned 100 episode Would You Rathers we do?
Just like Mom used to make.
Yeah, collective Mom.
In her 100 ovens.
Old-fashioned, home-crafted Would You Rathers.
Yeah, cobbled together with sticks and spit.
Fresh on the windowsill.
It's built into a brick of gelatin full of salt.
Oh, no.
Tuna fish.
Hot piping salted tuna fish, would you rather?
Yum!
Jellied would you rathers. Our first would you rather comes to us from Kristen in Pleasant Hill, and Kristen asks, would you rather you always have to shout or always have to whisper?
Oh no.
Guys, which would you rather? I don't know. I
That makes me unhappy.
All right, I'm gonna say it now. We got that joke out of the way.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Yeah, got that done. One and done.
Underwater basket weaving.
Still good.
Still good.
Still holds up.
Still salty. Still cool.
After all these years.
I mean, I pretty much always shout anyway.
I really hate shouting.
Yeah.
I really hate shouting. I've grown to like it less as I've gotten older.
Wow.
I think it's just like my nerves have gotten more and more strained the older I've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of what it comes down to.
When was the last time you had to shout?
It's I used to shout a fair amount in my in a job I was doing about 10 years ago. It's more being shouted at. It's
Right.
like being around shouting. Don't care for it. And that was my cybernetic arm breaking. You might have heard that. Sorry about that.
Well, I mean, when it's
I'm
underwater.
I'm more machine than man now, you know.
The force is strong with you, Brian. It's fine. Continue.
So yeah. I don't know. That's me. That's my antipathy for shouting.
Well,
And loud noises.
I mean, I understand not wanting to be shouted at, but does that preclude you from shouting at things?
I mean, it's
Like
still
a void?
It's still loud noises getting into my ears, and I find that when you start shouting at people, they tend to start shouting back at you.
Mm-hmm. Unless they're children.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, that's your experience with it.
I sort of whispered that yell.
You kind of did.
I didn't want to yell.
I don't like yelling.
Go to that.
It'd be tough to be intimate with people by shouting.
Oh, baby!
Yeah, that's what it would sound like. Thank you.
Yeah,
Now let's just imagine the rest of the shouting things.
yeah. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Was that too loud?
I mean,
That was a soft yell.
It was.
It was kind of loud. It was kind of loud.
That's really loud.
That
Sorry.
That
I
felt
that.
better.
I like that a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Smoother.
I don't know if either of them can hear me for real,
What?
but I can.
I don't know if I can hear what he's saying, but I've got the hugest erection right now.
You're welcome.
That's funny because I've got One Direction right now. Anyway.
Oh.
That's the story of my life.
The subtext of that band makes sense now.
They call them 1D. You know
Oh.
what that D stands for?
Dick.
It's direction. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
direction.
It's direction. I'm sorry.
You're forgiven.
I thought it was clearer than that. Ooh.
What are the drawbacks of whispering?
Nobody can hear you.
Yeah, nobody can hear you.
If they're up close and personal with you, they can hear you.
If you had a megaphone, how I don't feel
Oh,
like your
you
whisper would.
cheater.
Well, no, but listen
That would
to
be
everything I'm gonna say.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know how much that would help. Is what I was gonna say.
Yeah?
Well, because like maybe it would, but
It's
then you.
very harsh. I've whispered into megaphones.
But then you'd also have to just have a fucking megaphone with you at all
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, no.
I think you might just have to have a megaphone or a muffle
Muffle.
for when you're shouting.
Ooh, a muffle. Like several T-shirts tied to your face
Ugh.
at all
That's rough.
times.
So it's really what we're really asking is, would you rather be muffled or be megaphone?
You get to be Bane. I take my T-shirt idea back. You're Bane from the Batman.
You were merely born into the loudness.
But like you're so angry sounding. I'm Bane.
Was there a point in that movie where his mask got torn off? I
Uh-huh.
forget.
Yep. Right at the end. Spoilers.
He didn't need it after all. Or
It
maybe
controlled
that's what
his
killed
pain.
him. I don't know.
It was supposed to be a pain control thing because he had like a disease and he needed to breathe in stuff to help control pain.
I liked that movie, but the entire movie, I was waiting for him to turn on like his Bane juice, like real Bane does.
Yeah.
And then it just never happened, and I was like, oh.
Well, because they were doing real life stuff. They were like, what if this was in real life?
Well, yeah, but like that's all Bane is. Like they just changed all of Bane.
Yeah.
And I was like, there wasn't anything left except that he was big and strong, I guess.
I mean, they chopped up and changed a lot of that shit. Like, like fucking Ra's al Ghul, like, gets dipped into these giant magical pits that, like, rejuvenates his life, and he's been, like, alive for, like, hundreds of years or some shit. So like, yeah, there's like tons of stuff they cut out for the
magic. They cut out the magic.
Well, a lot of the like more high concept stuff, shall we say?
Mm-hmm. The magic stuff.
Yeah, supernatural stuff or super normal.
The really super stuff.
Yeah, they cut out a lot of the super stuff
from the superhero. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not a superhero, but he's a super hero.
That hero's super.
That's a whole other conversation.
He's got super brain, and he uses that brain to yell at people.
Whisper or shouting? You were doing a segue.
He does kind of a shouting whisper in that movie.
He chose both, and look how it fucking went for him.
Didn't come off well. Did not come off well.
Like that one.
Commissioner,
where are the bombs?
Commissioner.
This is awful.
You're welcome, America. Yeah. This is what your college education gets you.
I think I would probably go with shouting with a muffle, just because. Like I said, I do shout most of the time anyway. I'm a loud man, and I think it would be easier to control that than constantly being like, I don't know, what's the word?
Loud.
Projected as a whisperer, because you'd need something to help you.
Okay, I understand. Like,
you'd need help to be louder. But I feel like it's easier to make yourself softer with several T-shirts.
What if you got one of those things like Stephen Hawking has, but it screams at people? It's like really way too loud. Well, so you pick the whisper one, but then you just have this fucking terrible like machine.
It's all I could afford. I'm not a physicist.
Jesus.
So I'm gonna pick the screamo band that is Dane. Dane the screamo band.
Fair. I would go with whispering. I think that like that lifestyle would be a lot easier for me to live with, and it would maybe make me focus more on my words, because like I gotta be like more, like I really gotta work hard to get people to hear me. Mm-hmm. So I would maybe choose my words more carefully, and I think the environment I would be in where like that was functional would be one I would be easier to live with. I
feel like you would make a really good police detective then. So for interrogations, you'd just be super intimidating.
The really intense guy.
Like, you want this coffee? I bet you do. You get coffee when I get answers. That's how I imagine you. This is the bad cop. Whispering bad cop.
Sure, that's me. Bad cop. Bad cop.
Back up. Back up, Brian. BCB.
BCB. Classic BCB.
Back up, Brian.
Jimmy.
So my answer is going to make Dane kick himself, perhaps.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to choose whispering.
Yeah.
And then I'll be a famous ASMR person.
Oh! I got tingly when you said it. Hey.
Now we're gonna continue to the next segment. Eventually. And you're really just gonna...
What style of ASMR would you do?
The one where I whisper.
Yeah, okay, there's more to it than that, man.
What are my options? It's like a sandwich
Would you do character work? Would you do role plays? Would you do unboxing? Would you try on makeup? Would you
cut yourself a little bit?
I'll be that weird alien man. No, I think one time Dane showed me one where a girl was just playing Stardew Valley. She was showing us her fucking farm for like half an hour.
Oh yeah, you could be a Let's Play ASMRist.
I'm gonna do that.
They call them ASMR artists. Oh. Yeah, it's not my favorite part of the community. I mean, there's a lot of parts that aren't my favorite part. But one of my unfavorite parts is the title ASM artist.
I mean, if you don't like them, you're really going to hate the shit.
Try it again.
ASM fartists. ASM fart. It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
It's where you fart real softly into a microphone.
It's where like whispering is interspersed with quiet, wispy farts. And now I'm just going to talk to you about my favorite favorite parrot. His name is Bingo, and he's my little green friend. He's my little green but my little green buddy boy.
Buddy, Bingo? Was that you?
Was that you, Bingo?
Bingo.
Oh, Bingo.
Oh, gross. Now we're bringing in two of my fetishes.
No.
Anyway,
There's gotta be
a fart fetish?
no fart.
Yeah,
No. The fart ASMR.
100%.
Fart ASMR.
Ooh.
ASM fart?
That's gotta exist
ASM
somewhere.
fart.
No.
No, I'm sure it does. Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it. Yeah. No, I'm sure.
Well, no, he's just saying straight up ASMR, not ASMR erotica.
This would be maybe rule 32.5. Then, if it exists.
Rule 30 skidoo.
If you can think of it, it exists on the internet.
My favorite rule is Rule 87, which is anything that can corn will corn. You're welcome.
Like
Underwater basket weaving.
My favorite rule is actually Rule 69.
oh
No, and he's looking at me all seductively. Like you know what he's talking about.
The shades just totally dropped in from the ceiling onto my
Deal
face.
with it.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's your favorite rule, Jimmy?
the rule where I go to class on time. Now listen, I don't know what you all have for next period. College has those. But I've got sex ed.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah.
I love sex ed.
They teach you so many things. It's not just about the intercourse.
No.
Whether that be
Farting.
penetrative, oral, or anal.
Oh.
That's also
That's also penetrative. Yeah. Unless you're just
What is
massaging
the first
it.
one called? Is it just
vaginal?
I guess
Yeah.
vaginal intercourse
Is that what you're
intercourse
talking
is
about?
what
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean penetrative intercourse. I think we're finding out a lot about Jimmy right now.
Guys,
I forgot.
Guys, it's Lonely Hearts.
Yay! End our misery.
Yeah, you had your 15 minutes to get your books for the next class and make it over here. It's Lonely Hearts, where we clumsily take a banana from Craigslist and try to put a condom over it to illustrate some sort of point about sexuality. Actually, what it is where we take two lucky folks from Craigslist personals, who seem like the most interesting individuals, maybe who most in need of being connected with another individual.
We're here to help.
Yeah, help with a staple gun. Mine this week might be a little bit disingenuous. But bear me out. Hear me out. It was actually in a personal in the I believe it was the Women for Men section, and it is entitled "Will She?"
Oh,
will she? And it's
Sounds like a good name for a dog.
It's actually a sentence.
Hey, will she?
It's a sentence. 2 words. Will she? Period. It's got a couple sexy pics with no face of a lady. And it begins. Previous post got flagged. The why, I don't know. This is a real post, no BS. And as if to illustrate why it's no BS, he goes on to say it's 2:05 a.m. on Monday. The pics are of my GF.
Oh.
Huh.
So the cat's already out of the bag. This is not the person's own personal. It's their partners writing the personal for them, sort of.
Okay.
In parentheses.
Interesting.
In parentheses, my question to you is, can you make her cheat on me? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Oh my
What
God.
the fuck? Not that I would want her to, but it's a question I have. We have both obviously told each other we won't blah, 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 blah. But she is curious. She is a flirt. She is a talker. She is the type that feels bad for the guy asking for help. Ellipsis.
What kind of help?
Tell me your thoughts. Tell me if you're up for a little work. Lol. Obviously, you just don't come out and say, hey, let's fuck, hit me back. Her stats.
Oh, no.
She's 34, BBW, Salvadorian. Pics speak for themselves.
Wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more.
Her type. Older with a capital O for some reason than her, so 35 plus. Spanish speaking, dark skin, parentheses, meaning Dominican, Puerto Ricano, Salvadoriano, etc. Sorry guys, she doesn't like them light, but that doesn't mean she won't talk to light skin guys.
Okay.
And that's the end.
Oh,
That's the end.
Jesus.
this seems like a veiled cuckold scheme.
Yeah, it seems pretty fucked up.
I don't know if it's a cuckold scheme. I agree it's fucked up all right, though.
Yeah, I guess whatever the case, like, geez, dude.
Yeah, it's
Come
like,
on, dude.
Well, it's like, try and make her fuck you, and then I guess I'll break up with her, or I'll jerk off to it.
Yeah.
But she'll never know.
Yeah, this seems strangely without, like, consent from her.
Be part of my psychosexual experiment that may or may not be with the consent of my partner. Won't you? Thank you.
Come along with me on this journey.
Come along with me. Join me. Here are some pictures of her that she may or may not know that I put up here.
Whatever the case, this guy should probably die in a fire.
Stay off the internet forever.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
I agree.
All right, let's see what love we found for him.
Yay.
Mine's a little serious, not serious, but like it's very
black.
different in tone. This
Harry
one actually
Potter.
goes very well with our last question, coincidentally enough.
What a quinkadink.
So this is titled An Existential Date. I've had this somewhat romantic fantasy I think of as the capital existential date or silent date. We exchange photos, but we don't exchange long-winded emails, just enough to get a subtle sense of who the other is. If we decide that a mutual attraction is possible, then we arrange to meet somewhere in public like a bar or coffee shop. However, when we meet, we say nothing to each other, not even hello. In fact, we do whatever is required to avoid any situation that would result in hearing the other person's voice. A bartender taking our order, a stranger asking for directions. We sit together, sipping our drinks in total silence, a bit nervous, but probably congratulating each other for having gotten that far.
Way to go, everyone.
We did it.
We did it.
Mission accomplished.
I suppose we study each other's body language, consciously or unconsciously.
I suppose. What else are you going to do?
Stare
Sip
at
a drink.
anything else in the room?
And finally, after we finish our drinks, we exchange a sign. If either of us says no, if either of us signs no, we part like friends, maybe to meet again or maybe not. If we both sign yes, we go back to your place or mine. Only after we've gone to bed together do we get to hear each other speak. I can only imagine we'd have an interesting conversation. I'm not sure why this idea appeals to me. Perhaps it just seems like the perfect escape from society's noise. Me, good-looking, attractive, in shape, educated professional guy, parentheses, and don't worry, I have a normal voice.
Hey, don't worry about that. I know you're worried about something, and let me tell you, it's this.
Don't worry, I've got a normal penis. I mean voice.
Let's try this again. Let's try this. Oh, the reason I got confused is because he says, let's try this soon? A photo would be most appreciated, age 29.
Conceptual dating.
You know that, awkward silence you experience on the average date? Let's make the whole date that. Let's just make the whole date that.
And then we'll have some sweet, sweet silent times.
Let's give each other a signal that we want to fuck. I don't know how we'll know mutually what that signal it means, if it means a yes or a no, because we're not allowed to talk.
It's the consent wink.
It's the international sign of consent. That one we all were taught. The one that's on everywhere, posters,
In sex ed
tattooed
class.
on my back.
Oh my god.
It's everywhere.
That must be really hard to hide when you don't want to do something.
Well, thankfully, it's everybody has it memorized.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really easy for me to relate to them, even if I have it exposed or not. Yeah. Yeah, because it's just as easy to show you don't consent with a non-verbal sign. This is a dumb idea. I'm just gonna go right out and say it. This is a dumb idea.
I think it's interesting, kind of, just in concept.
I'm in the same boat as you. I think it's interesting, and I sort of Now, hear me out before I
shit all
kind
over
of
you?
like the idea of it, but in practice, it would be a nightmare and terrible.
You know what this is? It's a student film.
I like the idea of maybe having like a silent date with somebody who have already established some rapport with, as like sort of like a, an experiment in like nonverbal communication and exploring like, that space. I think that's interesting. Doing that as your first date and you're only allowed to speak after you fuck sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, you got to explore all kinds of like senses of like security and like you really want to get to know a person, before you fuck them, assuming it's not just like a fucking quickie, like you got like, yeah, like, and I think that doing that with this kind of conceptual date is not a great idea. Now, if they qualified it differently, if like after we have established a rapport and we have a sense we want to continue dating or continue on to whatever, then we can speak. I think that would be different. Because like then you can actually verbalize enthusiastic consent or the opposite,
right.
Which I think is very likely going to be the case.
You gotta.
But yeah, like I think setting down the rule, we're not allowed to talk until after we consummate. Bad idea. Well, really, really bad idea.
We gotta take sex out of it. And
he puts it in there, though.
No, what I'm saying is to make this a viable idea at all. So you got to take sex out of it.
I'm saying just like on its face, just with his own wording, incredibly stupid idea.
Right. But
if we start qualifying it, rewording it ourselves, then that's a different discussion.
And then you have like a middle person who kind of sets it up and then films it all for a
referee.
Yeah, you have a referee.
The striped shirt and everything.
Unlawful touching.
That was a whisper. That was a whisper.
Restart from the beginning. Go back home. Take a shower.
There's a red flag.
Oh, God.
Always in one.
I don't think we found love here.
No, I don't think we have.
But, what I do find interesting is both of these are concepts. The first guy has this concept of like, hypothetically, can you bone down on my lady?
It's thinking outside the bun.
Yeah. It's really taking a Taco Bell approach.
They want it their way.
That's right. I want every single sesame seed plucked off.
And I can't really put to any like specific word, and it gives me the sense, but I think they both want to eat fresh.
I think so. I should hope so.
I think so.
I think we should all want to eat fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting that both of these were very high concept ideas.
High concept, high fantasy.
I feel like they could both be really terrible romantic comedies or David Lynchian horror flicks.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
What does that movie look like? Is that like a
David Lynchian horror flick?
No, the first one. Is that
Think
is that
Eraserhead,
like
but with boning.
Okay. So like Knocked Up, but like
Silent
film. It's a comedy. Silent comedy film with sex in it.
Oh.
Knocked Up, starring Buster Keaton.
This is the most dangerous date he's ever been on. He almost gets run over by a herd of buffalo.
Oh!
But it's so romantic. He had the biggest mouth. Anyway, I don't think we found love. But while we were looking for it, I have another Would You Rather for us. So
is this from the Dean?
Yeah.
Could we break for lunch, actually? Don't we have recess?
We're just powering through.
No? Oh.
String cheese.
Oh, man.
I gotta climb the monkey bars first.
When I was
first.
picking classes, I meant to leave like an empty period. Shit.
I'll go quick so that we all get the best slide.
Okay.
So this is from Would You Reddit, the Dean Would You Reddit. And from user BadCat420. Badcat.
What a cool
420. The Dean asks, would you rather get a birthday gift that's expensive and over the top, or something simple and useful?
Well, okay. So what does over the top mean? That it's not useful?
Yeah. I'd imagine.
What is an example of this? I'm not
Ming vase.
Like something like really like luxe and cool, but maybe not something necessarily that you would use practically.
Yeah.
Like not.
I think that's the distinction we have to make between the two of them.
It's not like a pack of socks. It's not like a new pocket tool.
A very shiny art piece.
It's not something you would use for a job.
No.
See, I'd use an art piece. I'd put it somewhere.
But that's a use in a general sense, but it's not like something you practically use.
It's not like a PlayStation that you're going to play with every day. It's not like a new sports car that you're going to drive every day.
I would put sports car kind of in the like big
that is kind of a
item.
burden, isn't it?
Well, it's also not necessarily something that, I mean, like you could get away with like, a smart car, if you need transportation, but like a fucking new sports car, cherry red Ferrari, like that is like way over the fucking top.
Yeah.
For the three of us, I would say.
Or like 1,000 count sheets, and you're just like, too many threads in these sheets. This is over the top.
Like some crazy
Too decadent. These feel so soft on my bum.
Some like crazy like Egyptian silk 1,000 count percale sheets.
Yeah.
That you like slide frictionlessly across.
You just kind of like
you slide from one side of the bed to the other and then off of it.
time for bed. Whoops.
There's a soccer net at one side of your bed, so you don't go up the other
But
side.
made of the finest silks.
You got that as a gift too.
Or there's
What am I gonna do with this expensive goalie?
There's just a big gong hanging in it, so that when you go through, boom. Oh, slapstick comedy.
But it's an authentic gong.
Yeah,
And it's old.
from real places in the world. Or just something simple and useful like a pocket knife.
Is this a one-time gift or all the? What is
This
the
is a
wording?
one-time gift,
Yeah.
birthday gift, a birthday gift for your one birthday.
I mean,
Your last birthday.
The last birthday you'll ever need.
you get to enjoy it less than a year.
Here's this puzzle box.
How much less? I don't know.
Solve it and find out its delights.
You're like, oh, I hate this.
Here's this lamp. Don't rub it. Ooh, wink, 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 wink.
I said, don't rub it. There's an evil demon in there.
Wank, wank, wank.
Oh,
I've gotten some, I don't know, I guess some big-ish gifts, but nothing really like ridiculously over the top.
what is the biggest one?
When I was like in my early 20s, I got a sword.
What?
It's a
That's
Christmas
fun.
gift. Like, as a little kid, I'd always wanted a sword because like I was really into like Lord of the Rings and shit, and I'd like always pester my parents for like that when I was younger. And like by my early 20s, I was kind of like I'd moved on to other stuff like video games and comic books and stuff like
Porn, right.
closer to more. You don't ask your parents for porn for Christmas.
Oh, right.
Not for
My bad.
Christmas.
Not
My
even
bad.
for your birthday. No. God.
My bad. Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. But yeah, like when I was in my early 20s, my dad fucking got me the sword I always wanted when I was a teenager, and it was kind of like, whoa, thank you. Don't know what to do with this now.
He's like, you've now earned this.
Don't know what I would have done with it when I was a teenager, honestly. But yeah, it was kind of like
had it and been cool.
it was like a cool gift, and I did appreciate it.
Now you own three swords, don't you?
Is that the sword you still have?
It was the first sword I ever got. That's right, folks.
And not the last.
I am the owner of multiple swords, plural swords. I'm cool.
I mean, to be fair,
do.
it's a little under inside baseball. We definitely record this podcast next to upwards of 5 swords.
Oh,
that
that's
live in
right.
the
There's a
corner.
bunch of swords in
right.
the corner
There are
of the
a bunch
hot
of
tub,
swords in the
just
corner.
sitting in
Some
the water.
real, some constructed. I'll never tell.
Ooh, Jimmy's keeping his secrets.
Only your blacksmith will know for sure.
But something about them sitting in this hot tub with us makes me feel safe. Having just a pile of swords,
Like, just in case.
just in case.
Yeah.
In case a fellow college student assaults us.
Or like somebody on
campus,
bath
and
salts is just like, "Blah, I'm gonna eat your face," and you're like, sword.
Dane, what is your best gift? Your most expensive.
Well,
Lux over the top.
I don't
gift.
know about Lux and over the top, but my mom has a tendency of buying me gifts and then being unsure about whether I'd like the gift and then checking with me if I'd like the gift.
Okay.
So this scenario played out once where she's like, okay, Dane, for your birthday, I got you something kind of big and I don't know if you'll like it. I'm like, okay, what? And she's like, well, it has to do with music. And it's kind of expensive, but I don't know. I'm nervous about it. I'm like, Mom, why are you telling?
Okay, it's a chainsaw.
No, it had to do with music.
A musical chainsaw.
I know. A chainsaw.
Okay. A tunable chainsaw. No, and I'm like, Mom, you didn't get me a karaoke machine, did you? She's like, no, I did. You got me a fucking karaoke machine, didn't you, Mom? Mom, no, I don't want a karaoke. No, it's not a karaoke machine. I was convinced she'd gotten me one, and I was not a social person, nor did I consort with people who would karaoke.
Those dirty kind of people.
You know, those
karaoke.
people. The singers.
You know who you are.
It turned out to be a keyboard, which was very nice. And I used it quite often into college, but like
the first time.
But she loves to do that and get me things and then freak herself out about like whether or not I'd like it, and then check with me in very vague terms that make me in turn very nervous about what she got me.
Oh, okay.
So big lavish gifts. No, I mean, besides the Hope Diamond I got last year, I don't think I got anything really over the top. Underwater basket weaving.
Classic. Still funny.
After all this time.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Lavish gift.
I can't. I also don't feel like I've ever been given like an out of bounds sort of gift. Like a gift. Mm-hmm. Like the only thing I can think of, and this is again not quite right, and I think I might have told this on the podcast before, but on my sister's birthday once, my great grandfather, thinking it was my birthday, walks in late to her birthday party with a dirt bike for me. And I was all pissy and fucking being bratty because it was somebody else was getting a lot of presents. So then I got rewarded for that behavior with a fucking dirt bike. I was like,
that you got to keep.
Oh yeah, because then on my birthday he got my sister a dirt bike.
Did you hate it? Did you hate that she got a bike on your birthday? I
think I was expecting it.
Oh,
because I think he didn't get me anything because he'd already fucking got me a bike. Right. But that was
the classic uncle thing. I'm doing this switcheroo.
Well, because that was a thing too. Because we're little kids, so like the caliber of gift we were getting was like a VHS tape and like just fucking bullshit, like $20 bullshit.
Grow your own.
And then he walks in with a for children with a several $100, what must have been, little dirt bike for children. And it just blew all of my sister's gifts like way out of the water. Just on top of anything. So it was like clearly the best thing that had happened that day to anyone.
That's awkward.
And it happened to me.
Jesus.
I will say that I remember the simple and useful things more. I got a belt once from the Duluth Trading Company that I wear to this day. I've worn it for years, and it's a great, sturdy belt that's never, it's great. I love this belt. I'm wearing it right now in this hot tub.
Another example of that, though.
Another simple and useful thing
that was memorable like that.
A Maglite flashlight. It's like a big old flashlight that I carry in my car, and I just always have it and I've had it for probably over 10 years now, and I keep it in my car, and it's a big old Maglite flashlight. I don't know,
man, I guess you are right. Like somebody bought me AAA for a year once,
right?
And I'll remember it forever
because that came in handy.
Well, just the opposite. I can't remember any really practical gifts I got.
What about a Leatherman?
The only time I got one of those as like a Christmas gift and lost it. I got one as like a random gift. It was like for no real occasion.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah.
That's nice to get.
I've lost a lot of Leathermans thinking back. Yeah. I suck.
Send all your extra Leathermans to the PJC Cast, care of the PJC Cast.
P.O. Box.
I probably should buy a new one. But yeah, no, I tend to remember the impractical, like, weird gifts more,
okay, so
actually.
what do you choose then?
I've never gotten anything, like, the sword kind of, again, like, it was kind of cool and weird, but it wasn't, like, that luxurious. I've never gotten anything really balls crazy like that. So I think for the novelty, I would want that.
What do you think it'd be?
I can't even imagine. Like
a blue whale.
A fucking ghost leather crown.
Oh my god.
Yes. Made of the finest ghost dads.
We've poached the ghost dads.
And made you this lovely crown. Wear it with honor.
For you, sire.
It's a little sticky from the ectoplasm, but that's a part of the appeal.
They're ghosts, so it's not really murder when we kill them.
It's double murder!
They leave orphans, but, you know, ghosts.
Ghosts,
what you gonna do?
Yeah, I want the expensive thing. As much as I was talking up the useful stuff, like, I'd love a big, like, piece d'arte that is just, like, garish and doesn't fit in with the decor of anything else that I own, but it's hilarious and huge. I'm imagining it very shiny with lacquer, or rich mahoganies.
It's a window.
It's a wall. Yeah, so I'd want the expensive thing, just to, I don't know, just because I feel like it would be so incongruous with the rest of my items that I own, because I own pretty much garbage. Most of the things I own are garbage that I keep in a pile. A big pile of garbage. In my room.
That's what I call my garbage pile.
Yeah. Right next to that is my laundry pile, which is both dirty and clean.
Sometimes they mix, and I don't know. What do you want?
Who knows? What do you want from me? I'm just a simple man.
No, I'd also pick the large crazy gift simply because
capitalism.
I couldn't get it myself.
Yeah.
And I could get myself some socks. I could buy myself car insurance.
Yeah.
But I couldn't buy myself like a statue from Asia that they dug up.
Yeah. Oh, one of those terracotta soldiers?
That's the one.
You'd want a terracotta soldier?
Well, I'm just saying I couldn't buy one.
No, it's true. You couldn't. They're priceless and a national treasure. You'd rather have a terracotta warrior stolen from China.
That's right.
Brought to your shitty apartment.
Yeah.
And kept with like the $60 rug that's threadbare underneath it.
I think you're being generous with that price point. So we're on the second floor. I just have it look out the window and scare everyone.
Would you ever dust it? Probably not. No. Okay. That sounds awesome.
Never sounds too long.
And then when when your enemies cross you, you can summon your terracotta warrior to your side. Go forth!
Protect me! I am weak and frail. Unlike you, made of pure terracotta.
Hardest substance known to man. The material that conquered Asia.
You know the Great Wall's made out of terracotta?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what that whole Matt Damon movie was about.
Those terracotta soldiers are the ones that unified China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got them together. Said, "Hey guys, let's do this for real." And Confucius was like, "Yeah, okay."
Those are ancient Chinese RoboCops, essentially. Your move, creep. I'll shoot you with this crossbow in the crotch. Like, you know, like that one scene in RoboCop? that movie that'll exist in like 2,000 years. You know I've already shot you in the dick. Sorry.
My bee.
We'll go out for noodles later to make up for it.
Have they been invented yet? Whatever. I've shot you in the dick again.
Fireworks.
Terracotta noodles.
Well, I mean,
We made all these
they're terracotta soldiers. I mean, yeah.
What else are they going to eat?
Terrible.
Well, we've made hundreds of soldiers, but we can't feed these fake warriors.
Oh no!
I guess we got to carve them some food.
An army does travel on its stomach.
Even if that stomach is made out of ceramic. A ceramic stomach.
What's the name of my prog rock band?
Ceramic stomach?
Yeah.
Hope you don't get punched.
I won't. I've got ceramic stomach protectors.
Okay. What's next on the docket?
It's Marry Fuck Kill.
Oh, hey.
We did it. Succinctly. Hooray.
Yeah, but now you've stopped completely. We had such a great little
momentum.
Speedy momentum, and then you just dug in your heels.
With the speed of a stationary terracotta warrior. It's lonely, or it's Marry Fuck Kill. I fucked up. We're going backwards. It's so slow.
It's now episode 98.
Remember that good episode? Here it is again in its entirety.
And we're running Windows 98.
My favorite operating system. Just kidding. That's Windows XP. Marry Fuck Kill is a segment where we give you three options. You marry one, kill the second one, and fuck the third. Is
That's
that
right.
All of them?
Yeah, you did it.
That's the ones.
Yeah.
Well
I did
done.
it. I did that not in the right order for the title, but whatever. Here we go. It's a good one. Unlike the last 100.
Yeah.
We have 3 walkers. So we have a walker, what they call zombies in The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, right.
We have a walker from like Star Wars, like an AT-AT walker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we have Walker Texas Ranger.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Got any crime that needs to be kicked?
That little fucking spicy dash at the end there.
Ginger spice, because he's got a red beard. Doesn't he?
It's more like blonde. I usually think of it.
Well.
Yeah.
Way to ruin my joke.
No. I think it's pretty red.
Let's all look it up.
No, look at him.
We invite you at home.
That is a strawberry.
Yeah, that's true. We're both right.
Chirkners.
All right, so we have a zomber.
Uh-huh.
Never ending.
Right. They always keep coming.
Squishy. Soft.
Yeah, but
Angry.
also infectious.
All consuming.
Yeah.
Dead.
Essentially.
Undead.
D-dead.
We got walkers from Star Wars. They're big camels or whatever.
The big, like, multi-legged robots from Empire Strikes Back and, to a lesser extent, Return of the Jedi. There's the AT-AT.
They can be taken down with a cable.
With great difficulty and loss of human life.
Yes.
Yes.
That is their only weak point, however.
Cables.
So yeah, the AT-AT walkers can be taken down that way. Then
What I'm saying is they don't-
ST walkers that just have 2 legs, and those are the ones that the Ewoks bash up. But again, lots and lots of dead Ewoks.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dead Ewoks.
Well, I
is the
guess
name
what
of my emo band.
Yeah,
What I'm trying to say is that they're probably not into getting tied up.
Oh.
Anyway.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Underwater basket weaving. And then...
Oh, I get it now.
Walker
Oh, I get it.
It's classic joke. It's classic joke.
I get it
Walker
now.
Texas Ranger. He wears his hat.
He dispenses Texas-style kung fu justice. Yeehaw!
All kicks.
All kicks.
Never punches. Maybe punches. I've never seen the
I'll
show.
read you your rights, your kick rights,
Yeah.
and your kick lefts.
Oh!
Very, very conservative.
Is he?
Yeah.
There's an American flag behind the photo that I've gotten to represent him.
Good.
I've never
loves
I've never
America.
seen an episode of Walker Texas Ranger all the way through.
I don't think I have either.
That's also true. Do you remember
Chuck
when
Norris.
Conan O'Brien used to have that lever that he'd pull? He had a walk. I don't know what the deal was. He bought the rights to show Walker Texas Ranger, or the network did. So he fucking had a lever that he'd just pull randomly, and it would just show a shitty clip from Walker Texas Ranger, and it was the best.
Oh, good.
I like that idea.
It was a clip where he kicks a guy off the second story of a barn or something, and where he lands, he just combusts.
Oh no.
Okay.
Or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to fuck that. Like, if I get fucked off a third floor building.
Floor blow.
Yeah, that's right. Then I might combust.
You might.
I don't know.
But
that sounds scary.
There's a lot of variables. Fuck you right in half.
He might fuck me in half, guys. He might fuck me so hard that I break in half. Now,
fuck you in half, save the other half for later. Or whatever.
Now, if I get fucked by a big old machine monster, then,
It's lasers.
Then there's lasers.
Lasers. And feet stepping on. That's a fetish.
Oh, you could get inside of it, though, and that's kind of sexy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like your whole body kind
Get
of vor
inside
situation.
Of it, pilot it.
You could
that's a fetish.
Drive it around. That's a fetish. I want to meet Dave you. I want to get inside your brain and drive you around like an Eddie Murphy.
They do have pilots, and we know this because in Empire Strikes Back, we see the cockpit view of one of the AT-AT walkers, which is played by the same actor who plays the evil capitalist in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The one who turns into a mummy at the end. Spoilies.
Oh.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, that's how you know he's a bad guy.
Oh.
If you watch all of the films by Lucasfilm and Spielberg, you know that guy was a part of the Empire and he's a bad guy.
Also, little known fact, episode 14 of Walker Texas Ranger, he plays the diamond embezzler, and he gets his face kicked off by Walker Texas Ranger.
He gets his face kicked into a diamond.
And
that's right.
Littler known fact.
Yeah, smaller.
In episode 84 of Walker Texas Ranger,
right,
he comes back as a zombie faceless diamond embezzler still.
What?
And then in episode 69 of Walker Texas Ranger, he fucks a horse. And it explodes.
And right after he explodes.
and is cut in half.
I just exploded in you.
Oh, gross.
Walker.
Guys, I'm gonna kill the Walker zombie and save the world.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Underwater basket weaving?
Sure.
Okay, good. I'm going to kill the zombie. Because I don't want to fuck it or marry it. And it's like the most evil of the three, I think.
Evil?
Yeah, I'm going to say evil.
Evil, I feel like it needs intent.
Yeah, it's just it's
like
animal level intelligence.
Zombies aren't in control.
I don't like zombies, guys, okay? I don't like them.
Are they evil? It's been the next 30 minutes talking
fine,
about
I
this.
misspoke, whatever.
No, but now I want to know.
I don't care, because I don't like zombies.
I would argue they're not evil. Anyway,
okay,
continue,
good.
Dane.
I take that. I would fuck Walker Texas Ranger, because I don't agree with Chuck Norris's politics. And I feel like he would fuck me so good. And he'd have a lot of stamina. And he'd like pull some sweet judo tricks in the sack.
What?
And our beards would intertwine in a very sensual way.
Like off their own accord?
Yeah, they just like get all in each other.
As you are fucking, your beards are fucking too.
It'd be a dubbo fucko.
Dubbo.
And then I would
Double
marry.
twice on.
I would marry the Walker, because even though it doesn't like getting tied up, and maybe I do, we could just ride around together, and we'd ride through life, and I'd be able to shoot lasers from my wife which is fun.
Like a hobbit on an ant.
That's right.
These two are the days of our lives.
What?
I don't know what show that is, but I want to watch it.
It's Days of Our Lives.
But with the Hobbit and an Ent?
Yeah.
Sold.
That show got fucking weird. What? Cause so listen, my grandparents used to watch that, so I'd like catch it sometimes. And one time I walked in thinking that it was just a show where people fuck other people and are upset about it. Like a lot of those are.
But no, Frodo's on the back of Treebeard, and we're just like, what's going on? Why does Treebeard have a bra?
Half off. No, but literally there was a court case, but in the court was like a devil and like fucking, I don't know, it's Days of Our Lives.
No, Days of Our Lives gets pretty whack. Like when no shit. Like when I was a teenager, I would watch that show with my mom, and I was actually kind of into it.
Yeah.
In the 90s, yeah, some whack shit was happening on Days of Our Lives.
What is it with us and fucking soap operas?
You gotta watch more of them.
Yes, please, Dane.
No.
Dane said,
I said
Brian.
no.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, we'll talk about it later off camera.
What would you choose?
So I didn't expect this to happen, but mine are actually the same as yours.
Oh, okay.
I would kill the walker zombie because, yeah, again, it's like you don't want to fraternize with the Walking Dead. You want to put them down.
Yeah. Put them out of their misery.
Well, no misery. They have no emotions. They just want to eat you.
All right.
But yeah, you don't want to party down with that. That's a danger. And there's one bar right behind me apparently because Dane's looking over my shoulder. Mm-hmm. And I think I would fuck Walker Texas Ranger because I don't know if he shares the politics of the Chuck Norris, but he is probably the most fuckable of the three. He's like
actually he's a human.
He's gotten in good shape. You know, at least in his Walker Texas Ranger days.
Jeans.
I did Google image Chuck Norris right now, and he's not in the best shape. He doesn't quite fit the memes anymore.
Oh,
I don't.
No.
Yeah, that you can
Remember
age.
those fucking hot memes that everyone loved?
You can age out of those apparently, because he looks a bit like a walker now.
Oh my god!
In the zombie sense. But yeah, I would fuck him in his Texas Ranger days because I think that would be kind of sexy. Keep the badge on. And I would marry my beautiful AT Walker partner, and I would wear my wedding dress forever, and we would go all throughout the fields of Hoth, blasting rebels into atoms. And I would live in my partner too, and it would be the best, and I wouldn't have to pay rent.
Specifically.
I love you, AT Walker wife.
Aww.
My Walker wife. Walker wife.
My Walker wife.
Walker wife. I wasn't going to make the Walker my wife, but now I am because of that joke I just made.
We agreed I wouldn't be gendered. I'm sorry, my beloved.
Go,
Never
Jimmy,
again.
go.
Never again. I don't know. I don't know.
Man, I know what I just said, but man, all right, listen. I feel like I want to marry the Walker zombie.
Oh, okay.
Because
We all assumed it was a different Walker.
I immediately forgot that they're all walkers, even though that's the whole point, because I'm on top of things. Because you get an army of them, and they're on your side. The possibilities are endless. And I feel like an army of zombies could probably take down one current-day Walker Texas Ranger.
I would say almost undoubtedly.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then, man, I'm gonna fuck the Walker at. Because you know how, like, listen, hear me out here. You know how, like, if somebody's, like, on top of you and they're just sort of, like, squishing you? Like, they just sort of, like, go dead weight on you and it feels kind of nice? Think about that, but with an enormous mech. It's just, like, squishing you, like, a little bit. Not enough to squish you.
Just a little. Okay.
They got good controls.
It sounds a little perilous, but okay.
Right. Maybe I like that.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
he likes that.
And then I'm gonna kill the man. Wait,
the
did
myth, the legend.
Yes.
Yeah,
Chuck,
that's right.
Yes, the Walker Texas Ranger.
Because sometimes a meme is the worst,
Oh.
and it's not his fault, but I'm making it his fault. So, sorry, Walker. That's your first name. Your first name's Walker. And you are a Texas Ranger. But what's your last name? No one knows. It's a myth
It might be his last name.
I think that is his name. I think it's probably like Chuck
It's his
Walker.
first and his last name, like Mario
Walker
Mario.
Walker.
Maybe he's like Runner Walker.
Runner Walker!
Ooh, what if his name was Skip? Skip Walker. Texas.
Hi, I'm Skip Walker. I'm
gonna punch you till you're not
roundhouse kick you.
I will kick and punch the same-sex marriage out of you.
Oh my god.
Skip Walker reporting to duty.
To be fair, we don't know that his character was as conservative as he is.
Skip Walker.
So his actual name in the show is Cordell Walker.
What the I know now why they called him Walker only.
Texas Ranger Cordell Walker kicks posterior, usually in slow-mo.
That's the sound of slow-mo. That's the slow-mo sound.
Slow-mo sound.
Slow-mo sound.
Slow-mo sound.
Hey guys,
Hi.
I got one more Would You Rather.
Oh.
Gasp, surprise.
Yeah.
It's last period. I would like to go home soon.
Too bad.
Oh, I got
Extra credit time.
Got a lot of learning in this brain now.
Would you rather? Oh, sorry. This is from Brad and Adrian from the improv troupe Jurassic Pope ask. Would you rather have a spotlight on you whenever you want one? Or would you rather have a piano accompanying your walk whenever you want one?
Oh, so there's no downside.
Right. So do you yeah.
Ooh.
Huh. Does it mention if anybody else can hear the piano, or is it just like your internal soundtrack?
I think everybody sees the spotlight, so everybody hears the piano.
Yeah.
Is the piano extant in the world? Like, is there a guy on the piano, like somehow like rolling along?
Just I think that would be great, because then you'd also have to have a floating spotlight above you.
Okay, yeah.
So that seems kind of like a downside.
It does seem kind of like a downside.
People
But
would
it's
be
also
like,
hilarious to have
that piano just plowing through people, just running them down. Oh, the humanity! So many dead people.
that, or like the spotlight like breaks through the roof of wherever you are, because it's got to be up there. It's got to be high up there. It's just, and then through the hole there's a spotlight. Oh boy!
and then it just gives you a thumbs up, like got him.
Got to be real careful on airplanes.
Okay.
No, but
It's not physical.
Both
It's not
of these
physical,
cases,
okay.
they are spectral in that way. So whenever you want, you can just have a I don't know, like a soliloquy. You could deliver a soliloquy. Or
Would everything else around you get a little dark too? Is that part of it?
Sure.
So everyone would be like, is that a new Jesus over there? What's going on?
Trying to do that in broad daylight would be like the worst. Like, come on, come on, look at me.
Look at me though.
Look at me. I'm the special. Look at this.
I've got something to say.
That crazy man just turned off the sky. But turned on a small part of the sky. But he's crazy. But it's definitely Jesus. It's definitely Jesus.
It has to be. He has come again.
Let's listen very closely to the things he's saying. Hey!
Let's interpret his words very literally.
Blessed are the meme makers, for they shall inherit the internet. Did he say cheese makers?
Cheese!
Dairy industry in general. Or like a little piano walk, like it would accentuate whatever mood you're in. No, you find that?
I don't really see my soundtrack being piano music.
No?
Yeah, that's kind of the catch for me.
What do you see?
I think it would vary. It'd be different incidental music, but yeah, I don't see
Muzaks?
Like an orchestra?
I think it would kind of vary, like different like instrumental bits, you know, like I think there might be some like, you know, string. I mean, like I guess technically a piano is a string instrument, right?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Like I see different strings being in there too, maybe the bits of percussion. Yeah, I like just piano music sounds like a little bit too like meditative and low key. Sometimes I
see you with a real nice jazz trio.
I don't really. I mean, for some occasions, yeah.
For when he's solving crimes.
When I'm pounding the pavement in these hot streets of Anytown, USA, unbutton my top button and I go to work on crime. Money.
It's a gas.
See, my soundtrack would be Pink Floyd.
It would.
Sadly, some of them passed. So yeah, I don't know.
You think you're going with Spotlight then?
Because we're still discussing.
That's true. Yeah. See, I don't see you as liking to be the center of attention very often, though.
But when I want to be the center of attention, it's nice to have that spotlight.
100%.
It's true. It's when you want it to.
Would it help if you weren't fucking shackled to the idea of a piano and just a soundtrack?
That would be a little bit more persuasive.
Okay.
But I there are times when I want to be motherfucking heard, and I want everybody to shut up and look at me. Look at me.
Well, so if we did make it whatever soundtrack you wanted, then we'd have to make it like whatever light show you want.
I don't think we need to change the rules.
No. But I'm just saying, that could be fun one too.
Well,
what would be the other side?
Again, I don't think we need to change.
Okay, all right, fine. Okay, all right, fine.
Jimmy, what do you think?
But if we did, I don't know. I feel like the light show is fine, but like just not necessarily being shackled to a piano. Like a spotlight isn't like. What needs to be added to it?
What if the spotlight could be a laser?
Ooh.
Focus that spotlight into a single beam and burn through the forehead of all of my enemies.
I like it a lot.
Except the spotlight's always on you, so no. Don't do that. No.
Open up that aperture.
What if you just had a real shitty would you rather fucking fairy? Right, and like they're just like constantly fucking up on aiming the spotlight on you.
That's a real slapsticker.
You're just like, come on.
And then the would you rather fairy that's playing the piano is just pretty good at piano, just not the best.
A little drunk at times.
A little sloppy piano player.
A little drunk piano for you.
That's a little drunk piano.
But it's like a little tiny piano because they're a little tiny magic fairy. This is canon. TM.
That's pretty cute. Honestly, being somebody who needs to be in the center of attention most of the time, I've found that I can achieve that just by being loud and as gregarious as possible. So I don't know if I necessarily need a spotlight to achieve that. And I love the idea of having ambient music that matches whatever the thing I'm doing. So I think I'm going to go with piano. And piano is a very versatile instrument. Like you can explore many different moods. I don't see it as being a problem being a solo instrument. My
favorite musical. My favorite musical, The Fantastics. That's my favorite musical. What?
It's fine to remember. I mean, that time in September, but
that's close to the lyrics. That's almost the lyrics.
That is the lyrics.
It's sort of the lyrics. He said September sometimes. No, but that whole thing is only piano and harp.
Oh.
But it's like, you wouldn't really, if you're just listening to it, you wouldn't really probably think about it unless you're sort of looking for it, because it's just there's so much happening at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very good.
There's a little hole in that fence.
Little hole. You gotta climb over. But don't climb over. You're not allowed.
Nope.
Brian doesn't get these jokes, I don't think.
I don't think anyone else does either.
That's
Fantastics.
Okay. It's the best.
My favorite Fantastic is Mr. Fantastic. He can stretch around.
Any fence.
It's great. Johnny Storm is also cool, though, because he has fire powers.
And his parents don't get him kidnapped. Anyway, what do you boys choose?
Yeah, I looked at Brian like, you choose now. I didn't choose, but I'm choosing music.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like, I don't, Spotlight, I don't know what I would like actually use. I feel like I'd be too nervous to utilize it.
Oh.
I don't have anything that important to say.
What about when you're like judging events? Like when you're running a big event.
I don't
one
like.
might
I
have
already
to run.
get everyone's attention,
Right?
just by yelling. Because I'm yelling at maybe 40 people, and I'm not yelling, but I'm raising my voice.
Jimmy runs events at a game store periodically.
For Magic the Gathering.
We'll say it. We'll
say it.
Wizards come after us.
We said your name. We invoked your power. But yeah, music is great, and piano is great. Is probably my favorite. But piano and violin.
Oh.
Because they're just...
Okay, good.
They're so good.
Brian?
Piano's nice, but I'm a real fan of the Flying V guitar.
Necklace.
Yes, and I would pick the Spotlight definitely, because I mean, like, so I actually find it really annoying when other people's music intrudes on me. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves in the world is like motherfuckers who've decided, like, instead of like plugging fucking headphones into their fucking jam box or their phone, worse even, like they have it just like blaring out while they're like riding around, walking around fucking town, like, you know, everybody, these are my sweet jams and everybody else is gonna hear them now too. You know, fuck you, okay? Fuck you. You like that music, that's great. I'm not into it. I'm maybe listening to my own fucking music on my headphones, and now I can't, like, bop, you know, to fucking Hanson, you know, while you're listening to, like, whatever bullshit music you're listening to. So yeah,
wow.
I would not choose that for that reason. My music is for me. I don't necessarily have to share it with the world.
Yeah.
It might be nice to have my own incidental music that only I can hear, but again, that would just be for me. But when I want fucking attention,
give it to me now.
So yeah, I would choose Spotlight because, like, when I want attention, I want it.
Wait, what'd you say?
If like back in my customer service days when I was like in person customer service, like it probably doesn't come through so much on a podcast, but I can really project my voice. And when I want to be really loud and get everybody's attention, I can actually do it pretty well. But I can do it even better with a fucking spotlight.
Oh,
and that would be very special. That would be very special. And you know, once or twice I've acted. You know, so that'd be kind of nice too. Acting.
You're just like a side character, and you turn on the spotlight on yourself.
Guess who's getting top billing now? Guess who?
Fuck you, Nathan Lane. This is my Broadway show.
Fuck you, Death of a Salesman. Fucking extra number 2 is now the main character. Whatever happened to extra number 2 in Death of a Salesman? I wanted to find out what happened to extra number 2.
What's his plot line?
He had so much charisma.
He's really washing that floor.
And the spotlight was really on him the whole time.
The whole time.
Willie No Man? Willie Full Man? Who's the other guy? I don't know.
Who even knows?
But yeah.
Extra number 2.
Vacuum Boy 6 was great.
Vacuum Boy.
I got a PJC tip for you.
Yeah?
If you don't have a magical spotlight and you want to get a large group of people's attention, if you yell, and this is real. This is not a joke, even though I said it. This is real, like it's a joke.
Yeah.
If you say, like, "Hey, can I have everyone's attention, please?" Some people will pay attention to you, and some won't.
Right.
So after you say that, if you exclaim that to the room, you then follow up with, "That means you," and then that works 98% of the time. I think I said a different percentage a sec. It's weird because people are like, "Me?" and then they look and they shut the fuck up.
Huh.
And it's incredible.
Does it work with children?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes.
How about 180 children?
Might be a lot to voice over. But,
Good tip. PJC tip.
PJC tip.
TM.
I thought you were totally going to use that as a segue to say, if you want the attention of, like, dozens and dozens of people, strangers even, send in a would you rather to us, and we'll mention your name on the radio. I was gonna say, oh god, I was gonna say radio, and then it went a different place.
Yeah, it did.
That was a good thing to say, though.
Good place.
It's too bad I didn't say it.
It's too bad. It's too bad I didn't say it either.
Well, here, let me say it. If you want your would you rather played on the radio, then please send them into the pjccast@gmail.com or tweet them using hashtag the PJCcast. And our very own Radio program will play them and answer them for you. Find us on the internet everywhere. The PJC Cast. That's Patreon and Instagram and all the Facebooks that you can muster.
Mustard. Put your mustard on your laptop and eat it.
That's a spicy mustard.
Yeah, it is. It's got peppercorns in it.
So good.
Anyway, 101. Breaking off another hundo, guys.
It's our first... How was your first day of school, honey?
Well, Jimmy, Mom. I laughed really hard.
All the other podcast hosts were really mean to me. They made fun of how I mispronounced Interario. I don't want to go back ever again.
What was that word, dear? That made-up word you said?
Interario. You know?
Oh.
Where they
You
put the
need to go to
sounds.
college.
Tomorrow will be better. Just don't say that again.
Don't ever say that. I loved it. I'm getting tattooed to me.
We kid about it today, but in the future,
Yeah.
all podcasts will be called Interario shows.
And for our show, the PJC Cast, here in balmy Anytown, USA. My name is Dane.
My name's Brian.
I'm Jimmy.
And have a good night and get home safe. And remember, if you're trying to make it big in show business, you gotta blow them all away. Gross.
With your mouth lips. On the
in a
guest
talking
couch.
capacity.
In a sexual way, too.
No, no, not anymore. We've stopped it. Remember? All the badness was stopped.
You haven't heard of Harvey Weinstein 2.
Electric blow galoo.
Oh.
He's a robot, but he's still a horny dick.